Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about Bart Johnson, which is Blake Lively's brother-in-law. He is married to Blake Lively's sister, Robin. Now, there's some things I want to point out in this today because the post that he made on December 23rd is now not up anymore. He has deleted that post. He has replied to a comment about that post that is now deleted, and he has also made another statement on Twitter that is still currently up, and also replied to a comment to a follower over on his Instagram that is very telling and could potentially prove that Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds are in the wrong, and their family even knows that as well. There's a lot I want to get into in this video. It's going to be about 10 minutes long, so bear with me. Stick with me here because we have a lot to cover. If you want more real-time updates in this situation, as well as other celebrity gossip, news, drama, go down to the description there. Follow me on Instagram and on TikTok. That is where you're going to get more short-form, up-to-date content. Subscribe here. That's where you can get the more detailed long-form content. Make sure you follow me on all the platforms so you don't miss any of these updates. All right, let's get into it. All right, let's dive into Bart Johnson and the mess he has created for himself and things he has pointed out to potentially allude to the fact that Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds are indeed lying, and he probably did this by accident, but he did it, so let's talk about it. Let's back it up to December 23rd and the first Twitter post, X post, that Bart Johnson put out. Now, this is the only screenshot I have of this now, and this is me behind me that I can't move, so we're going to do this as best we can. But he says he's a fraud. He puts on the costume of a man bun and all, used all the trendy catchphrases and buzzwords on his podcast. None of it's genuine. It's all theater, and everyone fell for it. Rewatch his videos with a more critical eye and watch something and praise himself with faux humility and self-deprivation. What a performance. So this was posted on December 23rd, and the reason I can't find a better screenshot is because he has now taken that down. But he claims that this was not actually about Justin Baldoni, even though he does point out a man bun and his podcast. Justin Baldoni used to have a man bun, and what does Justin Baldoni also have? A podcast called the Man Enough Podcast. I mean, it sounds like it's about Justin, but this is what he says about that post. He's trying to gaslight us here, saying, my past comment, talking about that one, wasn't for any individual, never said a name. Well, you didn't have to say a name, Bart. You didn't have to. This comment is also gone, so this is why it's from like a article and not from him. But it says it was directed at a certain type, even though it says this man or the man type of person that I find performative and disingenuous when they post clips of themselves being amazing and even add sappy music to enhance it. There's a lot of that out there. But let's go back and refresh that he does put his, not them or they or, people, but his, one singular man with a man bun and a podcast. But it's not about Justin. He never said a name, not about Justin. Come on, man. Bart, we're not that stupid, honey. Well, Bart then decides to put out this post yesterday about addressing this. Now, he did reply also to a comment on Instagram, which I find very interesting and kind of like sassy in a way, but we'll look at that in a second. Let's look at his reply on Instagram because, again, gaslighting at its finest, saying, anytime I said anything unkind about someone, I've regretted it. Fortunately, that's almost never and definitely not when I'm at my best. Regardless if it's true or not, that if it's my opinion, even if I'm trying to speak truth or stand up for someone, it's never good. Let's look at that sentence again, though. It says, regardless if it's true or not, if it's my opinion, even if I'm trying to speak truth or stand up for someone, such as your sister-in-law, Blake Lively. So are you telling us what they are claiming is not true? Because it says regardless if it's true or not. Are you telling us that it's not true? Maybe potentially. Let's keep moving on. Even in times where I might feel justified and doing the right thing, it makes no difference. There's a better way. It's below the standard I have for myself and regret it. I do sincerely apologize to anyone I've hurt or let down by saying something that sounds mean. I'll do better. If you follow me, you know you'll be hard-pressed to find more than one time I've criticized anyone social. It's not my jam. You can easily find a million times I've uplifted, supported, encouraged, and uplifted my family, friends, followers, and strangers. That's what I'm committed to and where I find my happiness. We all have flaws, and I'm definitely a work in progress and doing my best to grow and be better. All of my love to all of you. Sounds nice, right? Well, let's look at a reply that he sent to a follower on his pin post on his Instagram. So if you want to see this, if it's still up, this is from yesterday, but it's on his pin post on his Instagram, and a follower said, I understand the value of family, but that doesn't mean you have to volunteer a lie. Blake and Ryan are guilty with obvious facts. I really do like you, and Robin is always a fave. I wish Blake was more like Robin, because then she wouldn't be in this mess. Well, Bart replied. This is the only comment on his Instagram that I can find that he's actually replied to as well, saying, yeah, you might be right. Excuse me, you might be right that Blake and Ryan are guilty with obvious facts. You might be right. Interesting. But where did I lie? Also, I can't believe how nasty and vindictive his fans are. I get the ugliest and most toxic messages of hate from them. Not exactly the kind of loving messages that they pretend to care about. What does that say? The person below them has nothing to do with, like, Bart, but it says, I think you need to rather consider how vindictive and nasty your sister-in-law and her husband are. But I think it is very telling that he puts in there, yeah, you might be right, when she says that Blake and Ryan are guilty with obvious facts. Sounds like he's now backing up and not taking his sister-in-law's side anymore. But you can let me know what you think. Since then, though, he's kind of kept it quiet now. I haven't found much other than this from Bart. That is all I have for you today. That's crazy. I mean, there is so much going on here. I think Bart, personally, myself, my opinion, he has basically admitted that his brother-in-law and his sister-in-law are both wrong, that there are obvious facts that are lies, as we could see of him agreeing to that. And I don't think that's looking very good for Blake Lively, but it is his family, so he does have to, I guess, stick up for them in a way, as he is saying. But that is all. Let me know what you think in the comments. Hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to follow my Instagram and TikTok for more real-time updates. And until next time, love you. Bye!